I mean, like they say, epic people know each other. Like I was epic Lucifer Star, and my people knew me, and I knew my people really well. I mean, just because the Yankee states, the Confederacy, Rodney, the Republicans, and the aristocrats were pieces of shit doesn't mean the rest of us were pieces of shit. I mean, Ireland was like I said, Ireland built the like like they say in New York, blah blah blah, built blah blah. It's like bullshit. That was an Irish job, and everybody knew it. The city was like me 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 me, and the Irish were like, that German says that building needs to go there, so we're gonna put it there. So, and later on they actually attacked the job site, and the Irish were like, let's go. they, they defended the job site and kept because the city kept on, the police department kept on coming in, and the Irish were like, they keep harassing us with stupid laws and rules saying the public blah blah. The public does not care. Anyway, the Irish were being harassed by the local government, the local city government, and basically the police kept on asking for bribes from the Irish when they were building the Empire State Building. That was Irish. That's all Ireland. People say, "Oh, it's the Union that did that." It's like, no, it was the Irish. They were paid gold or metal, and the Irish went there and they built that building, and everybody knew it. That was all Irish work. That's Irish iron, Irish metal. That was Irish steel imported from Ireland, straight from Ireland. That's where that steel for the Empire State Building came from. And those were Irish workers on that job. And every one of them would. And there's photos to prove it. And every one of them knew, that was Ireland. There weren't nobody else on that job. The whole team was from Ireland. And they built that building exactly the way it was supposed to be and ahead of schedule. Because they're Irish. Yeah, but it's true though. I mean, the only problems on that job site was basically the local police were basically shooting at the workers and causing a problem. And the workers, and then they were like, IRA, blah blah. It's like they were asking for bribes. They wanted money from the workers. Yeah, because I was paying them in gold and I was paying them really well. So the local police wanted money from the Irish workers that were building the Empire State Building. And Ireland was like, we're not going to pay no nothing. We're going to build this building and then we're going to go home. And that's the way it is. So, they were just like, and meanwhile in the newspaper they're like, Irish selling drugs, Irish doing this, Irish. You can't work at that height and be on drugs. Everybody knows that. You can't even drink and be on that height unless you want to die. And so the Irish, like, they built the whole building ahead of schedule, perfect. They had guns, yes, but that's because the local police kept on going at them. Like the local police would come down and they would be like shooting at them. And so the Irish, they forged their own guns. We're like, you gonna do it? You want to get some? The Irish were defending the Empire State Building until it was built, and then once it was built, they were like, okay, we're going home. And then the local city comes in and says, well, you can't pay your taxes, blah blah blah. It's not your building. Whatever. Anyway, yeah. So basically, we're getting fucked with and bullshitted. All of us. All of us were. Even the French got harassed. Everyone. By the bureaucrats. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, we were all pissed off. I was pissed off. Everybody was pissed off because Republican Rodney and everyone else, we were epic and they were shit. And they wanted gold. Which is the stupidest thing. Like, yes, I made gold. Yes, I could make as much gold as I wanted to. I put it in me Fort Knox. I love you, Ireland. Like, even the Middle East The Middle Easterns. They used to be called the Middle Easterns, by the way. They, they were defending the desert and stuff. Like it's not America, by the way. My country was America, and I did lead America for a little bit, and we did some cool stuff together. But actually, I think so. I don't know, but mostly it was the Yankee whatever Republicans. Like I said, they would go over the Middle East and they would run their tanks around like they owned the place and blow up things. And they were just, you know, it was Nixon and all those others just running around blowing up the Middle East. You know, there wasn't no democracy there or whatever. You know, they were saying, oh, blah, blah. You know, they weren't making laws or rules. They were just demanding money. Everyone knew that. Running around saying that they needed a police department and this and that. And the Middle East was like, we all know each other. We're family. You know, I mean, like they had been there for 2,000 years, 5,000 years in the Middle East in that godforsaken desert. And then finally they get some money. And, you know, they're working and things are going good in the desert. And finally, and they have money. And of course, you know, they show up with their tanks and their guns and demand all the gold and money from them. Time for you to pay. And that's what the problem was in the Middle East. You know, some stupid Yankees, of course, or someone. Blacks, whatever. And I said, we watched it for 10,000 years. Or 5,000 years. I mean, what are you going to do? And they finally get me as human, and they just fuck with me. The whole, like, 900 trillion years I've been out there in the galaxy. And I finally come down for one lifetime. And Rod's in my face. Saying that I'm not going to win, and that it's over, and I'm going to jail for everything I've done, and this and that, and everyone else is going, fuck you, loser. It's like, wow, jealous much? You know, for the last 30 years or 60 years, you guys are like, the great secret of gold. It's like, you figured that out in everything else. You know, just a bunch of young punk kids, and they're just driving cars. They don't even know how they work. They don't know a damn thing about anything. I think they know the past, but it's just a bunch of movies and crap. And Nixon's like, ha 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 ha, suck my dick. And some black people are like, ha ha ha, suck our dick. You know, they weren't even a part of nothing. They were hiding in the bush for like 500 years. Or 300 years. That means have to poop. Now that was your black culture. That's your great black pride. That and get back to work. Yeah, that's the way they were. They were never slaves. They were hiding in the bush until they could finally and having their own little slave party. Kidnapping women, taking them back and turning them into slave, or cooking them over a roast. They kidnapped like 5 or 6 British girls or British people, and they burned them and they cooked them and ate them. Good job, black people. Great job. Good job supporting what's it called. And they would eat their own children too. Free meat. That's your black culture right there. You have a baby and you stick it on a skewer and cook it over roast because the parasites are so bad in you that you're always hungry.